Hi, I am Kedger on two wheels, and today I'm going to be test driving the Kawasaki Versys 650. I've already actually done the test drive, so very quick front to back. Front wheel is a tubeless tire, so it's not quite an adventure tire, but it is a 120 width tire as is standard, 17-inch rim. Rear is also a 17-inch rim, but a 160 width tire. So cool things about this bike: dual brakes. This one in particular does not have ABS, but it's got dual disc brakes at the front, inverted suspension, dual headlamps, that's low beams, that's high beams, an adjustable windscreen. Just undo these two, pull it up, close. Pretty cool. Adjustable brakes, and you've got adjustable shocks, which you do by turning this around. Very practical. You've got your brakes, your beautifully machined swing arm. The exhaust is stuck under here, which looks really good, but makes it unable to cross any kind of place with water higher than this, which is a bit odd for a bike that is an adventure bike. And you've got your fully adjustable front suspension here. I'm not going to talk about the dash because you can see that right up ahead. And well, that's basically it. She's a bit dirty, courtesy of me. I went through a bit of wetness, let's say. Wasn't that nice to her? What the hell is that? Okay, so yeah, this is the Versys 650. So the competitor to the NC700, the V-Strom 850, 650, the Yamaha Tenere, and the hopefully future MT-07 Tracer. So how do I feel? Well, the handlebars are pretty high, let's say higher than the NC700s, so I feel I'm in a proper adventure bike position. This is adjustable. I'm going to bring it down because this is at the topmost position. I want it at the lowest because it is interfering with your vision. Oh, what a lovely sound! It sounds better than the 1000. Doesn't quite go as fast, but it is a smaller engine though. And I was in what? Oh, there's no gear indicator. Also, that's a bit disappointing. Average fuel has been 5.2, which is also to be expected from this kind of engine. Not too bad. The same as I have on my XJ6. Let's go overtake this one here. Oh, the sound is just orgasmic. Oh, I love this sound from this exhaust. So let's see. Neutral and stop. Yeah. Oh, adjustable suspension. Preload and tension. Oh, great. Fully adjustable suspension. So let's adjust this down. You just unscrew this here and here, and it drops down, and now I can lock it again. Not the easiest of ways. The Suzuki system is better, the click thingy on the 1000, but the 650 does not have, I think, and this one does. Thank you. Ooh, this suspension is much softer than the setting on the other one. I'm sliding a bit front and back on the seat. Not sure if this has ABS. Remember, I haven't done the actual front to back yet, but I can test for ABS real quickly. Let's try it out. This one doesn't have ABS. I like these brakes. These brakes are pretty good. Easy to dose, easy to select the kind of braking you want to do. Okay, now let's start overtaking and feel the turns. I'm trying to get a feel for it to tell you how it is. It's not quite as good as the 1000s, but it is still a pretty good machine to turn on. On this one I can feel its tallness, not as much as on the 1000 I couldn't, but on this one I can feel it is tall. Center of gravity is tall, so I can feel that. But it likes to corner. It likes to corner quite a lot. It also likes to go quite a lot. It really likes to go quite a lot. Oh wow. Ouch. So this is actually, I'm comparing it to the Versys 1000 that I just tried, but those are different machines. The 1000 is a proper road machine. This feels a bit more half and half. It feels a bit more adventurous. I'm also sitting a bit straighter. I feel taller. The bike feels taller. It corners really well. It feels quite a lot like the V-Strom, which is quite surprising. Has a normal roads tire, so the dash is also bigger. I can see now that that weird shape is ECO, ECO. See that little odd symbol? It's actually 3 letters. I really like this adjustable front suspension thing. It's really useful. Why is it useful? Because this way, like I said on the 1000, you can actually, I'll explain this pause, you can actually change the settings on the bike according to what you're going to do. You're going to go on a big trip on the highway, make it stiff. You are actually going to go adventuring, proper adventuring, and you don't know where does that lead, and you don't know the kind of terrain you're going, but it's going to be rough. You put it softer. Fat pillion, stiffer. No pillion, just you, no baggage, softer, and etc. So you can set the bike to whatever you want. And since you have the tools, you can even do it on the go. You go riding, think, wait, this is too soft. Let me just slightly adjust this, and you adjust. So that's a big plus. And I like that quite a lot. And I made a mistake. I did not want to come here. I wanted to do some low speed maneuvering on this. I can do it here, why not? This raised the wheel pretty easily. I felt it going really light. Hello doggy! I'm not going onto your... oh, yeah. Okay, it's not quite as easy to do as on the NC700, because that's nearly absurdly easy. But this does maneuvers easily enough. And I'm not used to it yet. Okay, the NC makes you... you get used to the NC instantly. On this, it's like more of a normal bike. I stalled it from locking up the rear. Sorry about that. It does have a lot of torque low down. Yeah, this feels much more adventurous. Even though it doesn't look like it, because an adventure bike having the exhaust under the driver is a bit... you can't cross rivers or else water will get into the exhaust, so that's a bit odd, and it's very low to the ground, so there's not much ground clearance, so that's all a bit odd. But the rest of the bike feels a lot like an adventure bike, so that's why I say it feels half and half. That's why I say it feels a lot like the V-Strom, but it looks a lot better. Miles better. For example, I went through that exact bump on the 1000. I was pretty much okay with whatever speed I went over that. On this one I did not feel quite as well. Felt a bit more uncomfortable going over the bumps with it leaned over. It does have a higher center of gravity and that can be felt pretty easily. But it's still too early to say. Oh, but the sound from this exhaust is just fantastic. Not loud enough, but absolutely fantastic. So let's go. Like, oh, this is properly fast. She's no slouch. What is the power of this? I think it's 100 horsepower or something. I'm not really sure. I hope I said it, or I will say it, or I said it on the walk around. Oh, by the way, I'm not really sure in what order I'm going to put this on. So when I say what I said about the Versys 1000, that video might actually be in the future, not in the past. So sorry about that. I'm doing all of these in one day, and I'm not really sure how I am going to publish them. In what order I'm going to publish them in. Recording. Lack of ABS really gets on my nerves because I'm so used to just clamping onto the brakes and letting ABS sort it out. That then makes me uneasy. Well, that just makes me a bad rider then, I guess. Ooh. Such a nice bike. Such a nice sound, actually. I really love this engine note. And this smooth roar. Has some vibes for character. Adds character, builds character, these small vibes. They're good vibes. Big thump thump thump. You can feel the big thump 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 engine. So I know I am a bit uneasy on the cornering on this. This one, the front feels very light on cornering. Pretty light. Might be the bike, might be pressures, I don't know, but it feels much lighter. Then again, I just came from the ZZR 1400, which is the polar opposite of this. But I remember the Versys 1000, which was a couple of hours ago, and this feel has a much lighter front end. It is also a lot more agile doing this, okay? So that's the disadvantage of having a more firm planted front end, that this kind of zigzag isn't quite as nice to do. That road looks good. I wonder if I can get there. I wonder? Oh, I don't have to wonder for long because I'm going to check out if it's down here. Oh, it's not. That says it is a dead end, so I'm going to have to go down there and turn around. Let's see if this can turn around like the Africa Twin. What do you mean, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. I can lock up and... yeah, a bit. Not quite as much, but almost. So yeah, while the Versys 1000 is a superb asphalt eating machine that can do the occasional unpaved roads, this feels a lot more all-rounder. Oh, and that means it is a superb adventure machine. Between this and the V-Strom, go left here. I stalled it again by locking up the rear. As you can see, I'm used to the ABS just doing its thing. Oh, let's go over this. Ouch. Ouch. Just as I was expecting, I ran out of battery. So, quick battery change. And I hope this battery lasts, which is unlikely because I brought an already half depleted one. Standing up. Second gear, standing up. Yes, it is the same off-road parts. Sorry about that, Kawasaki. But this is much better, yeah. Standing up, I have a fuel tank here to grab onto. I don't have to lean forward as much as on the 1000. So this is, yeah, this is a lot more. This is a lot more an adventure bike. I wonder if I can go down here. What is it down here? What is this? I think this was the other unpaved road I wanted to go through, which I didn't come through. So here's the great advantage of this one. You can go explore at ease. Figure out, find out what stuff is, what is behind that hill. Even sitting down, it's easy. Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's just brake, turn around, and go back up. Now sitting down, see how this feels. Feels great. It's the big good thing about these. What is going on here? Oh, jumps, great. You can't honk here, forbidden? Why? Oh, cool. Okay, let's go up. I skidded a bit. Miles better. This engine sounds evil. This engine does sound positively evil. Since Kawi says this is an adventure bike, let's go adventuring. Where I went with the other one. Should be okay. I love this big throbbing sound. I'm not sure the camera's picking it up. I really hope it does. It does have a big roar to it. Now let's go for a little bit. I'm sorry, Kawasaki. Kawasaki Portugal. I know you guys don't like this, but this is just unpaved, okay? Not much of an issue. Please, come on, let's not be silly. This is what these bikes are for. For example, this my XJ6 wouldn't be able to do easily. This one, no issues. I don't even have to stand up. I can just ride. So here's the advertisement for Kawasaki, so you guys don't bother the dealership for things they did not know I was going to do. This is how you sell the bike. An idiot who doesn't know off-roads, doing off-road, sitting down, on your bike doing off-road and paved roads. Okay, this is probably the most extreme off-road I can do with these Testride machines. I don't think I'll get into a lot of trouble for that, because that was really that's not proper off-road, that's just unpaved roads. And that's what this bike is for, and I really like this. For that, I really like this one. I'm just a bit trying to figure out why it doesn't feel quite as planted as the 1000s. It's most likely more due to the fact that I just came from the ZZR. Yeah. Man, this is what adventure bikes are for. This kind of stuff. At least these. This light stuff, not just go into the woods with it. This, I want to see what's over there. Let's go see what's over there. Just checking if I was actually recording. I am. Like the dash quite a lot. This seems to be some sort of universal dash for Kawasaki. I've seen it on a lot of bikes. Okay, brakes seem good enough. I can feel the brakes pretty well, but it's not my machine and I'm very scared of dropping it, so that's why when there's no ABS I rarely do any kind of test braking. Just do some more normal riding. Oh, this feels good. Well, I see a big bump. Bump. I think it's just the feel of lightness, just I'm not used to it. Because then again, I feel it light, but I never feel it letting go or trying to let go. Here I have to turn left, which is here. Oh, brakes are very good. Engine's awesome. Engine's absolutely awesome. Very smooth, very loud, enthusiastic sound, and very torquey. High revs is very torquey, low revs it is also very torquey. It has that liter engine feel of torque everywhere, although not quite as much torque as a liter engine usually does. Let's go into fourth, I think, in 2000 RPM and throttle. Okay. It really goes from... oh, okay. It really goes well only from 3 up, and then at 5 it awakens again. Let's check it out again. Let's hear it. Fourth gear. Oh no, never mind. Not on the turn. Too dangerous. Just to wait for it to straighten up. And here we go. 3000 RPM and roll. And then it starts going at 7, and then it's 5 something, 5, 6, it awakes, and then it just goes more and more and more and more and more. Okay, I'm getting used to the front now, so this is getting a bit better. It's just a feeling of lightness, so that the steering is very light. See, look how light the steering is. I just touch it slightly and it turns. So that's why it was giving me that lightness, especially because I came from the ZZR 1400, which is the polar opposite, being really heavy steering. And by really heavy being, I can't really steer anymore because I'm doing a lot of force and I wasn't supposed to be doing that much force. This one, it is just nimble. It's very good to go around cars though. This is a pretty good adventure machine. Not off-road though. I didn't say off-road, I said adventure. One of those, let's check out what's behind this hill over here. get some off-road tires, and you can do some heavier off-roads. Just remember, there's not much of clearance below, because it doesn't really look that tall. Or get a sump protection, and you'll have a very good, well-rounded machine. This will do a bit of everything. Like, for example, that climb over there. It will do that. And it will do trips with this tall windscreen, which you can bring up by quite a lot. Mirrors are just like the Versys 1000. Awesome. Really good. I'm going back to Ramimoto because I need a new battery for the GoPro before this one cuts out. When this one cuts out, the video's on. It's gone, so the video's ended. So yeah, the Versys, oh man, the Versys 650, these are harder to see than on the other one, and they're generally hard to see, so I forget the indicator for quite a long time because the dash is a bit lower than me. So the Versys is a very good all-rounder machine that you can use whenever. You can use wherever, doing whatever you want, so it'll generally do everything. It's one of those I really like, one of those machines that is a generic, do everything, don't care much about objectives kind of machine. So this is going to be a bit awkward because everyone's going to think I'm going to deliver the bike, but I'm not. I'm still going to have to do the Portuguese video. Just here to change the battery. Okay, so the Versys 650, cool bike, Kedger out.